What does too big to fail means? Too big to fail means that you are a member of the ruling class. What is the ruling class? The ruling class are all of the rich people who went to school together at the elite academies. What if you did not go to school at the elite academies? Then you are one of the sheep. What do the sheep do? The sheep live to serve the members of the ruling class. What am I then? Did you go to one of the elite academies? No. Then you are a sheep. Are the ruling class smarter than us? No. They just have all the money. Where does the ruling class go when they leave the elite academies? The smarter ones go to the big banks or are appointed to run big businesses. The stupider ones go to the New York Times, and the really stupid ones join PETA. What if they are too stupid to join PETA? Then they give themselves jobs in the government. So too big to fail means you are a member of the ruling class and went to an elite academy because your family has all the money. Yes, that is correct. And everyone else is a sheep that exists to provide a wealthy standard of living for the ruling class. Yes, that is correct. But then why are they called too big to fail? Because if they fail at anything, they take the money from the sheep and bail them out. You mean the ruling class in the government takes the money from the sheep and gives it to the ruling class at the big banks and big businesses because they all went to school together at the elite academies? Yes, that is exactly what they do. But what if the sheep don't have any money to give them? Then they will print more money and give the bill to the baby sheep. What happens if the sheep fail and don't have any money to give? Since the sheep did not go to the elite academies, they are not considered too big to fail, so the ruling class will just take whatever they have. Will they take their houses? Yes. Will they take their jobs? Yes. Will they take their babies? They will if they want them. What if someone has a baby and has no job and no home? Then they will put them in jail. How can they just put someone in jail for having no job and no home and no money? Because if they have a baby and cannot pay to support them, they will say it is against the law and put them in jail. Right now there are 3 million men in jail in America because they had no job and no money and could not support their baby. Couldn't the government bail them out? No, because they are sheep and the government only bails out the too big to fail. Well, couldn't the government bail out the people who are losing their homes because they have no money? No, because they are also sheep and the government only bails out the too big to fail. So the ruling class who has all the money bails out the ruling class who has all the money, and the sheep who have no money lose their houses, lose their jobs, and then have to pay for bailing out the ruling class. And if they are too poor to support their babies, then they have to go to jail. Yes, that is correct. Does the too big to fail ruling class ever have to pay back the money they get? Not really. They just pretend to, until the sheep forget about it. For example, the too big to fail paid back some of the TARP money, but that was only 2% of the $23 trillion that was given to the ruling class for their bailouts. All right, I think I understand now. The ruling class are the people who went to the elite academies when they were kids because they have all the money, and when they grow up they're called the too big to fail, and when they lose money when they fail, the sheep have to bail them out because they are too big to fail because they are members of the ruling class. Yes, that is correct. And if the sheep fail and have no money, they lose their house, their job, and get thrown into jail because they are too poor to support their babies. Yes, that is correct. All right, there is just one thing I still don't understand. If the big banks and big businesses are too big to fail, then why doesn't the government break them up into smaller things? because the whole thing is nothing but a lie perpetrated by the ruling class to take the money from the sheep and give it to themselves and the people they went to school with.